What's up, everybody? My name is Jason, and welcome to Breaking News. The SBA admits to declining 600% more than they fund for the $10,000 targeted Eidl advance. It is Thursday, May the 20th, 2021. Please do me each favor, give this video a thumbs up, hashtag. Comments below. We don't edit around here. And once again, make sure we don't edit around here if you're new. Make sure you follow me on Twitter at TrySmallBiz. That's TrySmallBiz, where I'm tweeting at least 10 or 15 times a day, where myself, Speak and See, Rod Squad, Stephen Carlson, Max Maher, writer over at Skip, and a few others, Builder, are doing our damnedest to do what we can to bring the SBA to its knees. To start telling the fucking truth, because while I do appreciate you admitting that you're declining 6 times as many people that you're actually paying over the last 3.5 months, 103,000 to be exact, we all know, and I'm about to prove it in the next 10 or 15 minutes, the number is far, far greater than that. So ladies and gentlemen, pull up a chair, grab a cup of coffee, ice cold beer, glass of wine. Here we go. All right, ladies and gentlemen, pinned in the top comment is a very interesting 4 or 5 minute clip. Patrick Terpstra, investigative reporter for Newsy, among others, finally did his story. And while I would have went a little harder, my friend, I do want to thank you for having the guts, the cojones, to buck the system. Because as I've been telling you guys now for months, the swamp protects the swamp. We're not going to see Don Lemon or Cuomo over at CNN or MSNBC or any of those other networks do a hit job on the SBA, which is long overdue. Why? Because the Democrats control every branch of government, and President Biden appointed Miss Isabel Guzman, someone who I was a fan of, but recently I'm starting to wonder. I'm starting to wonder if it's the same fucking swamp that it's been for the last 50 plus years. Because here's the problem that I have, among other things, with the story that Patrick did. Let me set the stage. He goes into a music store owned by a wonderful woman. I believe she had 13 employees that she did not want to put on unemployment. So like many of us, 9 million strong, she applied for the Eidl advance and the loan last year. And then when the targeted EIDL advance became available, she also threw her hat into the ring. Well, only to be declined, get this, for being delinquent more than 2 months on back child support. The only problem is she's never had children. And as you're about to see in the clip, when you're done watching this video, Patrick talked to other people that are accused of being dead when they're in fact alive. We've all seen people that have been told by a contractor who has no fucking experience whatsoever, you didn't suffer a 30% economic loss, where me in my 3rd grade math can go, well, going over from April and May of 2019 over to 2020, I can see a 55-60% economic loss. So what fucking ledger are you idiots looking at? So watch the clip, but the worst part of it, the one that I had trouble, I almost went right through the camera and wanted to choke this guy. Figuratively, my mother just piped in, settle down a little, son. Figuratively, can I say that? Okay. Maybe not figuratively. Figuratively. We have to have some humor with this madness. But this SBA hack, this SBA spokesperson, you know what he said? If you've been accused of being on back child support, you have no kids, you've been married to the same husband or wife for 50 years, it's your fault. You're accused of being dead when you're in fact alive, it's your fault. They took no responsibility whatsoever. They tried to say that the reason why hundreds of thousands of people, over 600,000 that have been declined, is because people don't know how to fill out a fucking application or check a box. My ass, because here's the deal. The woman, and you'll see it on the clip, was accused of being more than 2 months delinquent. Okay, where if she checked the box saying that she was delinquent, did the 2 months come up? That's your fucking accusation, not hers. So look, Patrick, that's step 1. New York Times, New York Post, you know who you are. This is an absolute farce. It's a fabrication. If it wasn't for channels like myself and reporters like Patrick Terpstra for Newsy, we would not get anywhere close to the truth. Because here's the facts, and all of this is public information. James Rivera last year said over 9 million people applied for the Eidl loan and the grant. 5.7 million got $1,000 per employee. 3.7 million at the time got a loan. The average size of the grant was $3,400, meaning the average small business owner was due $6,600. The average loan size is $65,000. All of that for more than $200 billion in total is public information. But if you watch this fucking clip from the SBA, and again, I don't hold anything against Patrick. I admire what he has done for this community. They tried to say that only 1.1 million of you and folks around this country applied for the targeted Eidl advance. Well, do the math, folks. 13% of 9 million is 1.1 million. Do you honestly believe that after all of this suffering that so many small business owners have gone through in the last 13 plus months, knowing that this targeted Eidl advance was going to launch on February the 1st, do you really believe, ladies and gentlemen, that of the 9 million that applied last year and got screwed because of Ms. Carranza's capping at $1,000 per employee, do you honestly believe only 13% applied for the $10,000 targeted Eidl advance? I don't. In fact, I just did a fucking poll on Twitter and YouTube. 90.2% of you said you applied, and the vast majority, over 90%, got not a fucking dime from the SBA. So look, it's a step in the right direction, isn't it? You admit to declining over 600,000 when as of this morning, it's still 103,000 that you've approved and funded. So that's 6 times as many that are getting it right in the old rear end that are actually getting help from the federal government. But I'm calling bullshit, and I hope you guys do too, on Twitter and in the comments below. There's no way that only 1.1 million out of 9 million and 5.7 million got money last year. You honestly believe that what is that? 87% said, nah, I don't need 10 grand. Nah, I'm not gonna fill it out. It's a fucking lie. I'm gonna call it for what it is. They're lying through their fucking teeth. They know it. Patrick probably knows it. Everybody knows it. The problem that we have, it's a swamp. And it feels like I'm pissing into the wind. And fellas, you know exactly what that's all about. It's coming right back on me because other than, you can count them on one hand. You got to speak and see who's still in there. By the way, check out his new video. There was a lawsuit filed a few days ago. I mentioned some of it without mentioning the lawsuit. There's a group of conservative white men, I think they are members of a church, that are suing over the restaurant revitalization fund because they're being denied. Why? Because they look like me. And that's just the beginning of what's going to be class warfare 101. And as I said yesterday, folks, I actually wore a red shirt for this reason. One love. One love. Everyone's welcome here. I love diversity. I live in Atlanta. I love people of color. Don't get me started. I know, Ma. I know. Family show. Don't get me started on, you got to have some humor. This is just a maddening fucking process. I want everybody to feel comfortable. Gay, straight, rich, poor, Hispanic, Asian. There'll be no hate on my fucking channel and at trysmallbiz.com. Everybody is going to be welcome. And when we have that cruise or whatever the fuck it is in a year or two, we're going to look around the room. I'll be up on stage and I'm going to say, I want you guys to look around the room right now. What do you see? And it'll be a very emotional moment. In fact, thinking about it right now chokes my ass up because there's going to be people from every walk of life, from every socio-economic, sexual, spiritual, political persuasion, and we're going to set a fucking example of what coexistence and one love is all about. This nonsense of canceling anyone who looks, walks, talks, sleeps differently, particularly with respect to what the far left thinks you should do, is absolute fucking bullshit. We need to start coming together in the middle. So I'm going to keep pushing. I'm going to keep fighting. I'm going to keep punching as hard as I fucking have to with the help, hopefully, of people like Patrick and the Wall Street Journal, who's got major clout. Please come out with a story. You know damn well the SBA is lying through their fucking teeth. There's no way that 9 million applied last year, 5.7 million got 1,000 per employee, but suddenly only 1 million of them, after starving to death for the last 12 or 13 months, said, I need 10 grand. That's a fucking lie, and everybody knows it. I am calling on the Republicans because we don't seem to be getting any help, even from Jackie Rosen, who's trying to do PPP for veterans, women, and minorities only. Meaning, here comes another lawsuit. Jackie, get ready. There's going to be another group of white guys that are going to sue because this is just not the way the good Lord would have intended to be. Let's put all our money, whatever it is, 10 billion or 100 billion, in a pot. And we give everybody equal amounts in the same goddamn fashion and time so that no one is left behind. Nobody is discriminated against. Nobody's canceled for anything. If you're a small business owner, you're real, you're working hard, you deserve help, at least in my book. And I know I'm not the only one. So look, take some time and watch the video. It's pinned in the top. It's absolutely disgusting. Particularly the guy at the SBA. You're full of shit, pal. You know you are. You're a fucking cocksucking liar. And that's all there is to it. And I'm telling you right now, I already told you guys, 2 months ago? I'm a single man. I have no children. I don't care if I have to live in a van down by the fucking river and eat ramen noodles, 10 for $1 right now down the street at Walmart. Because I'll mix it with a can of frozen peas, a can of tuna, and a bag of organic frozen peas. Add a little bit of Kerrygold butter. It's an excellent $2.55 meal. My point is this. I am not going to let this bullshit stand. I will get myself in an yurt or a van down by the river, and I will pound away, hopefully on YouTube, Twitter, Facebook, LinkedIn. But even if they try to cancel me and remove me off that, I'll be over at Try Small Biz. That's until the ISPs yank the cord like they're wanting to do with President Trump when he launches this new thing. Don't get me started. I'm sure I offended a handful of you. I really don't give a fuck. Until next time, ladies and gentlemen, I'm going to keep fighting for everybody. Everybody deserves help. What do you deserve? You deserve 10 grand, regardless of size, location, or credit score, $2 million loan caps, 24 months of working capital sometime this year. And yes, Big Ben Cardin, who is on my shit list at the moment, is going to work with me, aren't you, Ben? And we're going to wipe out this loan so everybody watching and millions more around this country never pay the SBA a fucking dime. Till next time, always remember, I love each and every one of you, and thanks so much for watching.